everyone, I'm Jasmine Ray Stevenson, and we are here today with Amairany Gonzalez. We're happy for you to be here.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I'm happy you guys invited me.
Can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Yeah. So my name's Amairany Gonzalez. I'm currently serving as a program officer for the Millenium Scholarship. So I work for the Treasurer's Office. A graduate of Carson High School and more recently a graduate of UNR.
Can you please tell us about the Millenium Scholarship?
Yeah, so the Millenium Scholarship is a scholarship that was created in 1999. Governor Wynn really wanted to motivate students, especially the brightest students right here in the state, to stay here after graduation rather than going out of state. So they created this $10,000 scholarship to motivate the students to stay here, and 17 years later it's still around.
How does a student qualify for the scholarship?
It's actually really simple to qualify for the Millenium Scholarship. Basically, students have to have good grades in high school, and if they graduate and meet all of the requirements of the scholarship, then their high school will send us their information automatically. So the requirements for the Millenium Scholarship for the class of 2017 are that the student has to be a Nevada resident for at least 2 of their high school years. They need to have at least a 3.25 GPA, and that's for their whole high school career. And either has to be weighted average or unweighted average. And they also need to meet the core curriculum requirement, which is when the student takes 4 credits of English, 4 credits of math, 3 credits of science, and 3 credits of social studies. So it's really important for students to go see their guidance counselors and make sure that they're on track to get the Millenium Scholarship.
Once the person has been given the scholarship, what are the requirements to maintain eligibility?
So once the student qualifies for the scholarship, once they've graduated from high school, students do have to attend the school here in Nevada. So it can be, Western Nevada College, UNR, Truckee Meadows, or even like UNLV and CSN. If you decide to move down to Vegas, you can attend those schools. And students have to take at least 9 credits if they're attending a community college, or 12 credits if they're going to a university. And they also have to maintain a certain GPA. In their first semester of college, we kind of give you guys a break, and they only require a 2.60 semester GPA. And then after that, it's a 2.75 semester GPA.
How much is the scholarship worth?
The scholarship is a $10,000 scholarship that can be used for the 6 years after you graduate from high school. So, and we made it 6 years because we know that sometimes students have to take a break here and there, or they might not be able to go to school right away. So for those circumstances, it's only 6 years. And it is, like I said, $10,000, but it pays on a per credit basis. So it pays a little bit more if you go to a university. At the university, it pays $80 per credit, and at the community college, it pays $40 per credit. So depending on the amount of credits that you take, it usually ranges, like if you go to a university, it's in between $960 and $1,200. So it all depends on whether the student takes 12 credits or 15 credits.
Are you able to pay for books?
You can. So the way that financial aid works, they kind of accumulate your school, so your university, like if you go to UNR, they would accumulate all of your scholarships and all of your aid, like if you get aid from the federal government, they accumulate all of that into like a big pile of money, and they first pay for your tuition, and whatever remaining money there is, you can use it for books or for other educational expenses. So directly you can't pay for books through Millenium Scholarship, but if you have sufficient aid alongside your Millenium Scholarship, you might have some leftover money that you can use for books and other educational expenses.
What classes qualify for the scholarship?
So there's no limit on what classes qualify for the scholarship. Like we don't require that students take a certain class or not. The only thing is that we don't pay for remedial classes, which that's those classes at a 100 level or less. So like English 98 or Math 96, those would count towards your minimum credit requirements, but they wouldn't be funded, so you wouldn't receive any money for those.
Where can the student use the scholarship?
Yeah, so they can use them here in Nevada. It is limited to Nevada, and it is limited to schools within the Nevada system of higher education, which, like I said, those include the community colleges like Western Nevada College, Truckee Meadows, and College of Southern Nevada, or Great Basin College, like for those students who are in Elko, and the universities as well, so both UNR and UNLV and Nevada State College.
How can a person find out if they're eligible or they need more information about the scholarship?
Yeah, so we usually recommend that students visit with their guidance counselor at least once a year, just to make sure that they're on track to receive the Millenium Scholarship, since the requirements for the scholarship are a little bit different than the high school graduation requirements. So if students are interested in receiving the scholarship, I would highly suggest that they talk to their counselor just to make sure that they're taking the right classes so that they can get the Millenium Scholarship once they graduate. But also, if they have any questions about eligibility, or if they want to see the sheet of all the requirements, they can visit our website, which is nevadatreasurer.gov, and Nevada's all spelled out. So yeah, they can look there and make sure that they have all the requirements.
Thank you for spending time with us today. That was all the questions that we had.
Okay, well, thank you so much for having me here.
You're
I really
welcome.
appreciate this.
If you please, don't forget to follow us on our channel and like us on Facebook.